Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And there was some big announcements for Ripple today as well. Trust Wallet, the world's most trusted crypto wallet with 140 million plus users, now supports the XRP ledger. But I thought you were able to hold your XRP on Trust Wallet for a while now. And anyone that's still keeping their crypto on the exchanges, I would get it off the exchanges. Not your keys, not your crypto. You don't buy groceries at the grocery store and leave them behind. Don't do it with your crypto. Get it off the exchanges. Ripple payments user Corpay, former FleetCor, has acquired Brazil-based mobile payments firm Gringo. Gringo operates a mobile app that enables Brazilians to manage and pay vehicle-related expenses, including taxes, registration, and fines. This is number 2 after Zapay last April. More rails getting put in place for XRP to run on. You know, for the last 2.5 years, Ripple has been putting rails in every single country. Wait until XRP goes live on all of those rails. You better be holding when that happens. Breaking, Ripple partners with Unicambio for instant cross-border payments between Portugal and Brazil using XRP. This is the first rail in Portugal for Ripple. But if you look at every other country around the world, especially BRICS, every single BRICS country has Ripple rails. Even the countries that are joining BRICS have Ripple rails inside. That's why I said anybody that doesn't see the big picture here is just going to miss out on what XRP is capable of. If you're selling now out of frustration because of the price movement, you are going to miss out on an epic run for XRP. This comes from Victor X. Like gold, XRP addressed as critical pillar of the new monetary system. Statement by Verson, co-founder of Black Swan Capitalist. So he says, if you haven't figured out that gold and XRP are the two most critical pillars of the new monetary system, then you don't know a damn thing about what's coming. But right away, people always comment back, well, the price is still sitting at $2 and change. Why don't we see the price moving? Because XRP in most places right now is still in testing phase. It's still being tested. I even addressed that in previous videos. I said, when the hell is XRP gonna go live on these rails? But when that happens, it's gonna happen very quick because the rails have been getting set up for over the past decade. Everything is already in place for XRP and XLM as well. But you know, when you talk about gold, people always say, well, Bitcoin's better than gold. Bitcoin is going to replace gold. People should sell their gold and buy Bitcoin. It's digital gold, but they're tokenizing gold, and it's going to run on all of these rails. Don't fall for the Bitcoin is better than gold narrative. Take a listen to this.
It wouldn't surprise me if the push for the Bitcoin bailout is just to get them away from gold and silver, because that worked with the retail investors since 2016. Bitcoin has been very successful at getting people out of precious metals. Meantime, the central bankers are buying, so they get retail away. It wouldn't surprise me if part of the Bitcoin bailout is to just get people away from gold and silver.
In other words, if I understand you correctly, a disproportionate number or a disproportionate amount of Bitcoin interest is coming from people who were historically interested in precious metals. True?
Right. And part of the reason they truly believe Bitcoin is an inflation hedge because there's a limit.
Right. Except that BlackRock says there's not.
Right. And, well, you have multiple ways of counterfeiting Bitcoin. The idea that there's a limit is completely absurd.
Right.
But you got smart guys out there
Ridiculous.
saying it.
Think about it like this. What did BlackRock say? They said that there's more than 21 million Bitcoin. That right there should be a serious red flag for anyone holding Bitcoin. But I think she's right. Think about it. What's going on right now? Everybody's hyping Bitcoin. Get away from gold. Buy Bitcoin. Meanwhile, the central banks are stockpiling gold because I think we're going to a new gold-backed currency. And every single country is pushing in that direction right now. But I never looked at Bitcoin as being better than gold. Think about it like this. If there was a massive crisis, right? And you were to go buy something at the local convenience store and say the power's out, there's no internet, nothing, and you don't have cash, the guy at the convenience store, the owner, would be more willing to accept gold as a form of payment than anything else. You could say, well, listen, I have this gold watch. Let me get X amount of things off of the shelves in exchange for this watch. And they would most likely accept that because gold has always been looked at as actual value. Bitcoin, in my opinion, is running on a lot of fake value. Token Relations, co-founded by Anthony Pompliano, is working with Ripple. Token Relations didn't raise outside funding. Instead, Pompliano stated that he's willing to contribute whatever's needed to win. Now that means working with Ripple in the XRP ledger. What are your thoughts on these companies working together? I thought he was more of a Bitcoin maxi type, but apparently he's coming around to XRP and the XRP ledger. But this clip from a while back is one of the greatest clips out there. Take a listen to this.
Okay, well, let me ask two questions.
Okay.
Do you think the Chinese Communist Party could, if they wanted to, control those 4 miners?
No.
Take notice how shocked Brad looks in that video clip. And yet they were and are still involved. Chinese Communist Party officially pleads guilty to helping Bitcoin miners. That's why I said Bitcoin does not make sense for a U.S. strategic reserve. It is controlled by China. All the mining is controlled by China. They could literally take control of Bitcoin at this point, the network. And people know that this is actually real and this is what's happening. But the Bitcoin maxis just don't want to believe it. New stablecoin bill would force Tether to the US. This is a big come to God moment. Now, this guy is never coming to the United States. There's a reason he stays out of the United States. It's because Tether runs on fraud. They've been committing fraud for so long that they don't even know how to be legit at this point. They cannot pass an audit. I don't see them passing an audit anytime in the future. And this is why I always said, once we get stablecoin regulations in the United States, it is over for Tether. And people don't want to admit that either. They think, oh, all of a sudden, Tether's going to become a fully legit company overnight. If you can't pass an audit, you're not going to be part of the new financial system. You're not going to be included in the United States as a stablecoin issuer. Japan to classify Bitcoin as financial products like securities. Here we go. And I even posted a reply to this post. Buckle up, Hinman and Clayton are gone. Soon the US SEC will be saying the same thing. Bitcoin is a meme coin at best because it got a free pass. The same thing with Ethereum because these were corrupt people running the SEC. Even Gensler, fully corrupt. Look at how he turned his head to FTX because he was controlled by politicians that were taking money from the big banks. They had to give Bitcoin and Ethereum a free pass. I don't look at Bitcoin as fully vetted in the United States. Roughly 5 stablecoins should be enough for the whole industry. David Schwartz, take a listen to this.
Do we need so many stablecoins? What is going to happen in this world of stablecoins as this industry becomes more mature?
You know, we don't need that many stable coins. There's reasons why you might want more than one. There is actually some special.
Two, right?
well, one is diversification of risk, right? It would be really weird if we build this entire DeFi ecosystem that's all decentralized and it's all based on Ripple's like reserve. And if Ripple collapses, the whole system there might be people who don't trust Ripple. I don't know why they wouldn't, but and they wouldn't be able to use RLUSD and obviously the whole world, right? So yeah, you can make an argument that there's some small number. But there is some specialization that really does happen. Stablecoins aren't yield-bearing, and so that they're not volatile, and they're tied to jurisdictions. They're tied to particular entities. So you could sort of imagine a world where you have this proliferation of millions of stablecoins. I don't think that's, millions is obviously not true, but like a large number. I think there probably will be a bit of a shakeout and some consolidation. But I do think, 5, seems like roughly the right order of magnitude.
So David Schwartz thinks there's going to be roughly 5 stablecoins left once the bottleneck happens. Most likely Tether will be gone, but other stablecoins will most likely disappear as well. But this goes back to David talking about multiple reserve currencies. So I always thought RLUSD and USDC would be US reserve currencies in the future because we are going to digital money. You could already see the push in that direction. And we have to go in that direction because the rest of the world is already pushing towards digital money. Digital money backed by something like gold, in my opinion. But you're still going to need something to move it. That's where XRP comes in. It works as a trust layer in between two countries. It's a world's bridge currency. It can bridge anything of value. You could go in with fiat, US dollars, into XRP and come out on the other end as any other fiat currency right now. Now, when we get back to tokenized gold, XRP can move that tokenized gold around the world as well. All they're going to do is take physical gold and create tokens based off of that physical gold. And then they can move gold around the world in a matter of seconds. And that's the future that's coming. That's why I always said people are so invested in Bitcoin because they're falling for the hype. And it's a major distraction as well. It not only pulls people away from precious metals like gold and silver, but it also keeps them distracted from the new financial system that's building out. You're holding what disrupts everything when you're holding XRP. It's going to be the biggest disruptor in the banking system we have ever seen. It's also going to be a key player in the new financial system. It's the future. And in my opinion, Bitcoin is just the past. As technology pushes ahead, it creates a bigger gap for Bitcoin to catch up with these much better networks. That gap is widening all the time. Even Bitcoin mining, it's very energy consuming at a time that the US is about to do a major shift into AI. And AI requires a ton of power. They're building power plants just for AI. Think about that. So as AI needs more and more power, eventually they're just going to end Bitcoin mining. But I think the fall of Tether is going to happen first. And people are just going to lose interest in Bitcoin once that happens, because everything's going to come crashing down. All of crypto will crash down, including XRP. But all of a sudden, you're going to watch XRP and XLM and these utility-driven cryptocurrencies bounce back very quick. Anything that is not propped up by Tether now will bounce back very quick. Then you're going to be watching Bitcoin sit there for years, trying to bounce back and recover from the collapse of Tether. That's what nobody wants to talk about. Instead, you have retail investors out there saying Tether's totally fine. It's going to be with us for years to come. It's never going to fall. And that's because it hasn't fell yet. And I say yet because Mika shows us the beginning of the end for Tether. The US stablecoin bill and whatever passes, whatever regulations pass in the United States, it's going to be all about transparency and auditing. And if something can't pass an audit, it's just not going to survive in the United States. And XRP and these utility-driven cryptocurrencies, they're not even a gamble at this point. They are the future. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.